It's showtime. Fifth Tuesday, we're here again. And when I say we are here, let me. We got everybody here but Dave, and Dave says he'll be here. So as soon as he gets in here, you'll have all four of us in here, which is going to be a pretty good event.
Mm-hmm.
Start out by saying to Wigwag, you get the cookie. You was first tonight. And then hi to Sparky and Dwight Curley, Weatherman Harry, John Schoolkill River Valley, Chaz Co,
Jerry.
Artie. Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, I just saw Jerry and then Artie Zero and
Jerry, yeah. Anybody else a miss?
you said Sparky, right?
Yeah, I did say Sparky. He was like second in here.
I think that's all I see in the comments.
Ethan Armitage is in here. Dwight Curley.
Yeah, Ethan Armitage. All right. So we got decided to get all together and we're going to talk a little bit about scenery tonight. I'm hoping to, and detailing it out. We've got some of the best guys in the business. You got Tony here, and you got to have Dave if he ever gets in here. You talk about two terrific sceneries on their layouts. We got Robert here, who ain't too shabby in himself, and he's a good detail guy because he's a prototypical rivet counter nut. And he can tell you about detailing out different scenes, buildings, your rolling stock, whatever. So if you got your questions, get ready and bring them out. There's Trackside Mike. How you doing, Mike? Cloverdale Rail. How you doing tonight?
Ken Amos.
Ken Amos. Hey, Ken.
Hobby Man 82.
Kyle Stevens is in here.
Kyle Stevens.
Oh.
We give a few more minutes here for some other people to get in here. Dave Thurber, he's probably still tuckered out from being up at Amherst. He went to Amherst. Lucky
John SRB. BNC Systems.
There he is, Crooked River and Eastern in the chat. What are you doing in the chat, Dave? I sent you a link in your email.
Yeah, you just wore him out. He can't even think anymore.
Yep.
Going to Amherst.
Yep. Dave Thurber was at Amherst.
I've never been to like one of the bigger shows like that where you have the vendors with their new products. I've always wondered what it's like to see the new products, before they actually come out.
Right.
Yeah.
I've been to one, and it was the only time it ever came to Pittsburgh. It was the Great American Show, and they had a lot of the manufacturers there, and that's the only one I've ever been to, and it was fun. It was fun.
Mm-hmm.
I could have probably done 2 days there instead of just one.
Yeah.
Hello, Roger. Yes.
The biggest one we have in this area is the Galesburg one because it's by the BNSF big facility there, and they put on a big show there.
Right.
You can go to the yard, you can go through engines, the locomotive shop, all that weekend they have it. But the show's big, but they don't really have any new vendors there. They just have vendors selling, whatever they're selling. So
yeah. Well, if you feel up to it, Tony, in April, the end of April, we're going to Timonium, Maryland, and Robert says that's a very big show. Robert's going to be there. I'm going to be there. I don't know if Dave will make it there or not, but you'll have probably Anthony. There's Dave. bring him up here. There he is. Look at that! First time ever we got all four of us. All four of us. First time. I've been doing this now how long we been doing this, Tony? About 3 or 4 years now.
Yeah. Yep. Probably.
First time ever we got all four of us together.
Sorry about that. I turn off the YouTube. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah,
Yep.
I hear you fine.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was checking the wrong email.
Checking the wrong email. That's the only one I got of yours is that.
Yeah, I'm used to the other one. That's okay.
Yeah. There's Roger Coleman. Hello, Roger. How's it going? Welcome.
Hi, everybody.
Yep. So we were just talking about shows.
I was
Somebody went
listening.
to a show. Sparky couldn't believe you were at Amherst.
Who, me?
Yeah.
I thought you knew I was going down there.
He wanted to know if you got scanned by mini prints.
I did, yeah. I was one of the first ones on the first day.
Hear that, Sparky? He was one of the first ones.
I said, he knows I was there.
So now you can have a Dave on your layout too.
He had the all-important job of turning on the little spinny thing. The
the
spinny
little spinny
platform. It was fun. It was a good time. Met a lot of guys that I haven't met before. See a lot of guys I've seen before. It was good. It was fun.
What was the best part of Amherst?
I think just meeting everybody. I mean, it was noon on Sunday. We got together at the Mini Prince booth. There was, I don't know, probably 10, 12 of us. I don't know. I didn't really count. We just, saying hi, got a couple pictures, things like that. It was a lot of fun. The show was massive. We got some decent sized shows here, but that was almost overwhelming. When I walked in the first day, it was like, oh my God, where do I even start? I knew I had to be a Mini Prince at 10, so I had a little bit of time because it opened at 9 to just kind of wander a little bit. So I kind of went over and talked to Sparky and Bernard and kind of stuck around that area. The NMRA booth was right there. So I went over, actually joined the NMRA finally for the first time ever. What that gets me, I really don't know, but I joined it.
A Laurel and a hearty handshake, probably.
That's about what it was. They were cool, though. I met, I can't remember her name now. The girl from the Colorado Museum. I keep wanting to call her Christy. It wasn't Christy.
Michelle Campana. Yeah.
Michelle. Thank you.
Michelle Kempra.
Yeah.
Or Kemper.
She was at Amherst.
She was there. She was cool to meet.
Wow.
I met Rail Fan Man, Jason, and Rail Lady 2020. And we had dinner with them Saturday night. That was fun. They live right there in Chicopee, Massachusetts. That's where our hotel was at. So we're right in their backyard. So we went and hung out with them for a minute, had dinner, and met the model train aficionado, Chris, and his wife, Mary. That was cool.
Was Heath there?
Yeah, he was there. Elmar was there. The Pixel Depot, Joe, he was there. Some guy named Sparky was there. He just kept hanging around. You couldn't get rid of him.
Yeah, he kind of shows up kind of like a bug. He's all those things.
All those relatives you can't get rid of. They just show up at every holiday. Damn it, they around there enough.
Did he have a wig on?
And actually, only because I've met Sparky a couple times, but one of the biggest thrills for me also was to meet Trackside Mike.
Yeah.
And the guys from OVR. They had that trash / scrap hopper that they have coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Super nice, super details, and very nice.
So, of all the new products you saw, which ones impressed you the most from the manufacturers?
Geez, I don't know. Again, I did like the OVR stuff. That was cool.
Any new locomotives coming out that are?
Honestly, to me, those every big manufacturer was there, but I feel like that's all it was. Just they were showing off things. You know me, I'm a Scale Trains fan. They had all their stuff like on display. They're coming out with a caboose. So you guys that run cabooses might be interested in that. And their first S scale hopper. So anybody's in S scale. But it was kind of cool. I'm not a big Broadway Limited guy, but they had a booth there, and they were playing that Rolling Thunder sound system that they have.
Yeah.
It was pretty neat. It was pretty neat. You could kind of feel the rumble and everything and hear it. Like you're kind of like trackside. I mean, that's what they kind of bill it as, and it was neat. Even my wife kind of liked that. But
We got some people came in. Hi, Vinny. Vinny made it in. We got
Hey, Vinny.
Waycross Trains. I wanted to say hello to it. I seen come in while you were talking there. So
yeah, hey guys. Yeah, if I didn't say hi to you guys, each one of you, just hello to everybody. I tried to say it in typing. I couldn't because I'm an knucklehead and I didn't see the email from Wilmer.
that's all right. I do. I had a feeling you was going to show up in the chat.
I was like, where is the thing?
Hey, Vinny. And who else
Yeah,
came in here?
I don't
Ralph,
know.
Ralph Greenwood's in.
Hey, Ralph.
Sparky wants to know, do you want a Rolling Thunder? Here, we
No,
just do this.
I see it. No, I mean, I just thought it was neat to
He
actually
said, come
hear it.
take his because he never uses it.
Yeah. That's okay. But thanks for the offer. Hey, Pappy's here.
Yeah, Pappy's here. How's it
Ooh,
going,
Pappy.
Pappy?
Hello, Pappy.
Stu's Structures, if we didn't say hi to him.
Hey, Stu.
Yeah, Stu's in here, Mark. Yeah. So Ralph Greenwood, how you doing, Ralph? Thomas, the post-war guy who told me to make sure I pick on Robert tonight.
Yeah.
What?
And I told him, I said, that's one of my favorite things to do, so why not?
Yeah, I mean,
So,
hey, Ralph Greenwood, how are you? That train couple, I don't know if you guys know their channel, that train couple. I think her name is Jasmine. Her husband's name is Frank. Didn't even realize that they literally live about 20 miles from where I live.
no kidding.
Yeah, no idea. And they actually took the train in from Cleveland. It was like 14 hours instead of the 8-hour drive, but that would have been kind of neat to do. I don't know where they took the train to, though. Maybe Sparky got that information talking to them, but it was kind of neat. I didn't realize they were that close to me. So maybe we'll end up getting together or doing something.
You're not the first one to say that, Dave. I remember Tony a few years ago going, I don't know anybody around here. And then before you know it, he met Kevin
Yeah.
and
I
Mike.
met him, I think it was like at the Galesburg show, and he said, "Oh, I watch you on YouTube. That on Track Tuesday. I think I have my On Track Tuesday shirt on." I said, "Yeah, you know, oh, okay, I know the name. I've heard you." Yeah, well, and we found out he only lived like 5 minutes south of me. So
Yeah. Robert says that all the time. Nobody around lives around me. You know,
I know
I'm
met
waiting
a
for somebody to
couple
show
guys
up his door. Hey, I only live about 2 blocks away.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the closest person to me is Jack.
Jack. And you said what? He's 150 miles
I
away.
think Pappy,
Not
I
that
think
far.
Pappy comes through here in the springtime on a Chicago trip, so I'm trying to talk him into stopping by
Hey, Jim.
when he comes by in the spring.
Pappy's all everywhere.
So then by then maybe I'll have this section up and operating, and yeah, he'll be the first one to try it out.
Pappy gets around everywhere.
You saying Pappy gets around?
Just a little.
So yeah, it was a good time. Hey, Anthony, Georgia Sunbelt, how are you? Yeah, it was a good time. I think that's what I enjoy the most is just hanging out with people. I know there's other people I've met. I'm blanking because I'm on the spot. Names I should have wrote them all down. It was just fun.
Well,
But they all
I know I'm looking forward to going to Timonium Robert's got me all hyped up on it.
Yeah.
He said he's been there 3 times. I've never been to it, and he said that's a pretty nice size show. And I'm hoping Anthony comes by because I think he don't live very far from there. But maybe we'd sneak over and maybe do some running on his layout.
Yeah, I'm sure he would have you over if he's available.
Oh, I know. I know he lives around there close. So
We got
I know Joe Rader.
Rainbow Bell and Joe Rader are both up in like Baltimore. I don't think it's that far either. Joe's usually at the show working.
Yeah. There's Jim Tedesco. How you doing tonight, Jim?
Hey,
Hey,
Jim.
Anthony, we're talking about you.
Oh, he's going in October. Okay. Joe Rader says October is probably the bigger of the shows. I might try to make it in April. I don't know what I got going on.
And Ralph Greenwood says, Tony, he's only a short day drive from you. Ralph
is. Okay. All right.
Yeah. There you go, Ralph.
Yeah.
He gave you an open invitation. Come over and operate on his layout.
Yeah, I'm getting there. I got the card system going. So, yeah.
Sparky says he'll be at Timonium in October.
Yeah. You helping mini prints out again? Bernard worked him like a slave, man. I don't know. Didn't give him no breaks or anything. Poor guy.
I have an issue. Hold on. I gotta stop the train. I knew it was too good to be true.
I don't know. I got mine running in the background too, but I had it running for hours earlier today just to make sure I had the consoles together right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah, when I was working on my expansion, I was just running some locomotives to get them running. I just running them. But I had no problems.
Well,
I turned the video on, they derail. But
back here, I had put a crossing there, and made
that's a nice shot there, Wilmer.
It'll be a better shot if I gave you a close up, but the crossing I did there, I didn't get a chance to test it out real good. And if the little drop off of the couplers, if it's just bent a little bit too low, it stops dead right there.
I end up cutting all mine off. I get tired of them.
That's what I do too.
Just cut them off.
Yep.
Yeah, I might just go around doing that.
You can make yourself bigger. We might get a better shot of it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Sparky said it was a lot of work but fun. Mini Prince was busy 20 minutes before opening of the show and 30 minutes after each day.
I'll bet he was a tired puppy.
Yeah, he was busy.
Hobby Man 82. You live close to me. Where you live at, Hobby Man?
Hi, Hobby Man 82.
He said he lives close to me. Wow.
The little trip pins, Anthony, on the Katie couplers.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
If you're not
even in N scale, I get those little frogs.
Yeah. If you're not using the magnetic uncouplers, there's really no reason to have them.
There's a question for you, Robert.
What's that?
Right there. I got it up on the screen. If you get the cat out of the way.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I think Wilmer said he wanted to do his engines.
Oh, if Robert wants to do it, I'll pack it up and send it to him now.
If you want, go ahead. That way I can bring it up with me.
Yeah, I will. I'll pack it up and send it out.
All right.
You want to go ahead and paint it all up and put all the detail parts on it. And,
Now, what engine is it?
well, here, I'll show you. I got it right here. It's a SD45.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Bachmann Spectrum. And,
Is it undecorated?
oh, yeah. You got,
Okay.
there it is.
Send it on. I'll do it.
I'll be sending it to you. Yeah, it's well worth sending it to you. Have you do all the work. Hi there, Mrs. Tony.
Okay. Well, I just.
Was she in
Okay.
the basement with you?
Oh, yep. Just asked me what we were gonna do for supper.
Oh, that's a nice shot, Dave.
Thanks.
That is a nice shot.
That is. That's a real nice shot. I want to make you a little bigger so everybody can see it really good.
Everybody making fun of my Mega Millions only being 235 million.
He always got to make a million something there.
I have to update it, I guess.
That's enough to have a layout of your dreams right there. And then
Yeah.
some.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know. I
That's
bet you at that
awesome.
show I could have spent 235 million. Damn it. Yeah, it was seriously a little intimidating, like a little overwhelming when you first. Thanks, Vinny. When I first walked in the door, it was, and that was just the main building. There's 4 buildings you go in and out of. A lot of awesome layouts too. And you know, dummy me, I really didn't get much. I got some pictures. I didn't take any video. I just took it all in, man.
You didn't take any video at all.
No.
I don't
Really
know
didn't.
about you.
Yeah, I know. But you know what? I enjoyed it through my own eyes and not a camera eye. You know. And I had my wife with me, so you know, I wanted her to be able to enjoy it with me and not be annoyed by me filming this and filming that. And, you know what I mean?
Yep.
It was
How you
nice
doing
fun.
tonight, Heath? Ian, I see you there.
I'm trying to land eventually. I can count the cars.
Hello, Ian. Nice to see you in here. I didn't see you in there. Hey, Heath.
Ian. Hi, Heath. Heath live streamed, I don't know, both days, like all day. You got me and Mike in one of them. Let's see here.
Artie says we're too far for him.
Hey,
Split
Tom.
Rock. How's Split Rock tonight?
Hey, Split Rock. Artie, I met up with your guy Martin. Sparky had your package. I think I'm pretty sure he gave it. He said he was going to give it to that guy Martin from the NMRA that lives in Australia. He was pretty funny. He was going around giving a little koala bear clip-on things away. Instead of everybody kind of had either business cards, stickers, everybody was kind of giving that kind of stuff out. I got a ton of that stuff.
I went to a small show a while back. Actually, it was the GM&O Historical Society show. I don't know if you can see that. They were handing out these little replicas of tickets for passenger trains from the 50s.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I like it.
So yeah, I grabbed a couple of those. Those are pretty cool. So I'll take as many of those as you want. If you don't want them,
Push the box.
printed them.
Maybe, Artie. It might have been ticking. Hey, Stormy Sky. Hey, Raymond.
Anthony wants to know, anybody know a good video for installing decoders in an Athearn Blue box?
Are you talking like the early 90s, 80s blue boxes, Anthony?
Just type that in your search box, Anthony.
Because there is a couple of videos. I did see somebody do that.
What was that fella's name?
yeah.
He used to come on all the time. Haven't seen him for a while. He had a barn that was just full of trains. Barn full of trains. That was his thing. He has an excellent tutorial for installing decoders in a blue box. Barn full of trains.
Mhm.
Gary's the guy's name.
Yeah, I think that's the video I saw. He just takes you step by step. Just
Yeah, it
shows you
takes it
everything.
step by step. It's like an hour and a half long, but he goes into great detail, and he had his camera set perfect to where you saw everything that he was doing. And
Is that the one that's got a 2-part series to it? I'm looking at his channel now.
it might be a 2-part series.
70s Cox / Blue Box DCC install.
Yep. Barn full of trains. See, I learned something from all that not bad stuff I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing is about Blue Box is you just got to make sure you isolate the motor because it's grounded to the frame.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I remember that in the tutorial too on the doing the old blue boxes. Florida Road Dogs in here. How you doing, Joe Raider?
Yeah,
We
I
were
almost
talking
wish I would have
about you
kept at
too a
least
little
one of
bit
my
ago, Joe.
original blue boxes from when I was a kid, but I didn't.
I got
Well, there's 3 parts to that thing.
I got a few blue boxes in DC that I haven't attempted to put. I have a lot of DC stuff that I haven't even come close to putting decoders in.
Well, anything, that's part 1 of that video. There's 3 of them.
Yeah,
That's that barn full of trains guy.
yeah.
There's others out there. Just type in there,
But
DCC install Athearn Blue Box.
he did probably one of the most detailed. I mean, he showed how to hook up the lights and everything in it. He did a really detailed.
That
video.
Kato that I have up there for my how-tos, it's basically the same thing. I had to isolate the motor and everything on that one too. That was a straight DC locomotive.
Oh, Dave, you put a link in, huh?
Yeah, it's just for part 1. There's 3 parts to that.
Yeah, there's the link for you, Anthony.
It's
Yeah.
barn full of trains guy.
There you go.
Yeah, that's the main thing, really. You got to find somewhere to solder your ground to. I guess you call it a ground.
Right.
To the frame somewhere, or some guys will use that front light bar to solder to. That could break. That could get loose. So you're better off drilling a small hole and putting a small screw into the frame out of the way, so you can still get the shell on, and then solder to that screw.
There's Steve 87 PSAP. How's it going tonight, buddy?
Hey, George. Oh, there's Steve. Okay. I'm like, what did you just say? That long, drawn out thing?
Steve 87th PSAP.
Thomas, that locomotive's still in pieces, man. I got the new gears put in it. I just have to. I'm waiting on my decoder and that from Train Freak. It's in the mail. I should get it this week. I work Saturday. I work Saturday. I don't know if I'll get a chance to work on it this weekend though.
I got a question for Tony. Did you ever put a decoder in them N scalers?
No, I do not. I will. I think Clint Eastwood said a man's got to know his limitations.
Yes.
Because I know how hard it is to put a bit of show.
Yeah,
I can't imagine.
I take that down to my guy down at the hobby shop there in that old depot, and he's behind right now. He's got 3 of my locomotives. I had those 2. My dad painted those SD40s.
Yeah.
And I went to reprogram them, and they just, I don't know what happened when I went to run them. I put it in, it would just take off. And one just took off, one wouldn't go, and it shorted out my system. So I don't know what happened with those decoders. So I sent it down to him, and I also had one of my Atlas Gold GP35s with sound would run and stop. It'd run and stop. It'd run and stop, and the sound would cut out. It'd run and stop, and the sound would cut out. So he's got all 3 of those, and I've been waiting for him for, I think I sent him down to him. He's so backed up. It's got to be a month.
Man, where do you put the speakers at?
Probably over a month.
Jeez. Where do you put the speakers and stuff in those N scale, man? Are they built into the tank or something?
If they can, they try. Well, Intermountain will make them where you can put a sound in them if they don't have sound. They got the little place in the fuel tank,
Yeah.
but a lot of people try to put them back like in the fans, like if SD40 or GP or whatever. Yeah, they try to put like a little sugar cube speaker, just a little teeny thing.
That's where
they say can
Robert's
get-
microscope comes in handy.
Yeah.
You bet.
I
Yep.
can't even
Yeah.
imagine.
My Intermountains, it's in the fuel tank. My Atlas are in the fuel tank. So I imagine if I asked my guy down at the depot, I said, "Can you put sound in one of these?" And he just said, "Yeah, but it will cost you a little bit extra because it's a little bit more work, I guess, to mill out that part to put the sound in
Yeah.
if it doesn't have the room for it." So
I was going to say, even these HO, I caught a lot of trouble on a couple of them. But the time I tried to get a Keep Alive in there and then a speaker too, the speaker, and I like to put the Keep Alive since I'm doing it. And man, takes some. Sometimes it takes a little bit of craftiness.
That's the one good feature about TCS decoders is a lot of them have the Keep Alive built onto the circuit board already, and then you don't have to worry about extra room really.
Yeah, I got to meet George as well from Soundtracks.
yeah.
Mhm.
And I mentioned that to him. I said, the current keeper's nice, but both versions that they make they're big. They take up a lot of room. It's nice you could plug them in. You don't have to solder or anything, but it'd be nice if they could make them where
As
they're
much as
bolted
I
into the board.
love the bells and the whistles of it, really at the end of the day, I just like the basic decoder because I know I'm not going to have any issues. It's going to run.
Yeah.
I don't worry about it.
Well,
I
listen,
just run it.
honestly, if you know you're going to run engine X with engine Y, you only
Yeah,
need
you can just
sound
have
in
one
one of them. You only need
Yep.
sound in one of them, really.
And Ken's right too. Ken said you have to machine material off the frame, or the
Yeah.
weight or the frame
Now,
to get them to
Yep.
fit.
Just sometimes that affects
Yeah,
the
when I-
way they run too, because you're taking off weight.
when I do a video with those two Intermountain orange and white ICG SD40s, one sound, one isn't. But when
Yeah.
you're making that video, you can't really tell the difference when it runs by.
Yeah.
It
No,
sounds like
I love those two locomotives. That's my favorite Illinois Central colors. I like those.
Yes,
Yeah,
and
I've got to get a couple more of those. Have my dad do I need a couple GP orange and whites. I don't have any of those. I just have my SDs. I'd like to get a couple GP orange and whites. Might have to have my dad do his trick with his airbrush. So.
Yeah. Hey, Robert, so how would you compare the TCS to Soundtracks and that? I mean, you prefer TCS? Is that your go-to?
mainly because of the fit. They make different decoders for different engines.
Yeah, they
And
drop right in.
They're more drop in than as far as features. Yeah, I think maybe the Tsunami's a little better.
I don't even use half those features.
But then some of the sounds I like better on the TCS, so it's kind of a trade-off. It's just, it's. I do have some Tsunamis in some of my locomotives, and I've got TCS in others. So
Yeah.
So it's just
I like the sound. I like the sound of the Tsunamis. I think they have great sound, but then there's there's functions of the TCS that I wish Tsunami had, that, like the sort of brake thing, air hoses and the way it shifts, and that would be great, Tsunami. But
Well, because I buy a lot of scale trains, I have a lot of ESU decoders. But I've never really installed any on my own other than like just a plug in, I've never actually added a board or anything like that on ESU. But I think the Tsunami has better sound. Of course, I don't know. I haven't done a lot of tweaking with any of the sound files or anything. Like with ESU.
they all have their good points and bad points, so it just boils down to personal preference in the end, really.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just as a
Yeah, I don't
fan.
even,
As a
I don't even
fan,
want to
just,
get into. I don't even want to get into CV values with this new system yet. I'm just beginning to figure it out. So.
just as a fan listening, I think the Tsunami has better sound, but not by much. TCS is a real close second.
Yeah.
But
I have any TCS on here. We're gonna have to give them a try just to say I did, to compare them. You know.
Yeah, and Roger said he's been able to successfully consist TCS
Hello,
and
Eagle
and I
Creek.
have with I've consisted TCS and Tsunami decoders. So, oh, he hasn't been. Okay, I've done Tsunami and TCS decoders, and I've got those where they'll consist. So
hi, Eagle Creek.
the only thing I haven't figured out yet is now the Tsunami will do this automatically, but the TCS decoders, if you have them in a consist and blow the horn, it'll blow the horn on both locomotives. And I'm sure there's a way to fix that, but I don't know what it is yet.
Heath. You probably have to go in. I had to do that on my BLIs. I had to go into the CVs, Robert.
Mm-hmm.
I had to shut the horn volume off on the one.
But what about when you turn it around and one's the lead and the other one's?
And I don't know. I had to go.
Yeah.
Back. You had to go back the other way.
Yeah, who makes that Sparky 107 decoder?
When you find out, we want to shoot him.
You guys are crazy. Hey, Eagle Creek. Yeah, I don't know that I've really ever consisted like soundtracks with ESU. The nice thing about the scale trains is you pretty much take them out of the box and they run together. Very little difference. I'm not a great speed matcher.
Oh, that's what I hate the most is trying to speed match.
Yeah, I think that's probably the bane of everybody's existence.
Yeah.
Trying to find us all, see all the questions. Try not to miss anybody. You got a question? Go ahead and put it in the chat. I'm working on it.
Thomas is giving away all his HO scale cars. What are you doing that for? Athens with Athens and scale train with scale trains. Yeah. I'm looking at Roger's comment there.
I've got an Atlas with a Tsunami 2 decoder in it, and I've got a Lifelike with a TCS decoder, and I've consisted them and they work. So it's
Thomas?
it's the speed matching is the
Eric?
biggest issue.
Do you see this? Thomas, the post-war guy, says he's giving away his HO scale cars.
Yeah.
What do you need, an address?
Yeah, I know, right?
I'll give it to you.
Pappy, I'll probably do a video on my things I got. He wants to know what I got at the show besides sore feet.
Oh, I'd take
I did okay. I got some stuff, a lot of little stuff. I needed truck cabs. I got some truck cabs to go with my Container Man 68 trailer mail call that I got.
Yeah, see, Split Rock, you got fancy with JMRI, but I haven't yet. I'm still doing speed matching with CVs. But I find setting things to the same CV numbers still doesn't work. It depends on the brand of engine and the brand of the decoder. So it's all, I can set things exactly the same as far as all the CV values, and they still won't run together correctly. So I have to It would probably be good if I had one of those things from Micromark. Didn't Micromark make the speedometer where you run it through? Run the
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I know some. I got one of those too.
Yeah, that would probably help speed matching.
What did Dave get
Oh,
at
the
the show
speed- yeah,
besides
yep.
sore feet? Happy wants to know what Dave got at the show besides sore feet.
That's it. That's all I got.
A Sparky sticker.
I went to Amherst. That's all I got. The Sparky sticker.
And
Well,
what did you bring back
something
for your
I found-
wife, Dave? Or
Yeah.
was your wife with you? Did she get a Sparky sticker too?
She got one of those too. She got herself a couple little mini print stickers. But I thought was really cool was at Otter Valley. They had the track gauge,
Yeah, I got one of those.
with the
Those are nice.
like a business card. That's kind of neat. That's a good idea.
That's real nice. It gives you the NMRA, gauge settings and everything on it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yep.
I just think it's a good idea. You put your business card on there, and it's useful. Guys aren't going to throw it away; they're going to keep it around to use it. That's a good idea. I don't really. I have GMRI set up in here. I have it on my program track, but I haven't gotten back into it. I was starting to play around with it a little bit when I had the old layout up, and once I tore everything down, I kind of got away from it. And I don't know. If you can see my workbench right now, it's a disaster. My whole room's a disaster. I finally got the bench work for the second level completed, but I can't really do any track work until I clean it off. I got so much stuff stored on that second level that I got to make room and organize. And you know how it is. You can't find half the stuff you want because it's all over the place.
I had the whole train area nice and cleaned up. I had this layout looking nice, and I started my expansion, and now I got sawdust, foam sitting here, boards. So
Yeah. I saw that you started the expansion. That's exciting.
Yep. Definitely going to be exciting.
Clean workbench means trouble. Well, clean workbench means you're not doing much on it, I guess, except throwing stuff to store on there. I've actually done a lot of work on my workbench as far as, using it and doing things. Did a lot of cleaning up of stuff, a lot of projects that I needed to get worked on. Some decoder installs, and I had a decoder to install for Tennessee River Union, Chris. I've been sitting there forever.
Mm-hmm.
I still got another one. I have another GP35 to do for the Crooked River and Eastern.
I need to send I think
Kyle-
Sparky wants me to for my expansion to be an HO.
There you go. Hey, I didn't say hi to Dave, Carolina Foothills. I just saw he was in there.
Yeah, Kyle said he didn't want me to send my weather down his way. Well, Kyle, it's just nasty rain and 33 degrees. Just enough to make it all cold and wet.
It didn't even get to 33 here.
Yeah, this morning here it was negative 14.
Brr.
Oh, you keep that, Tony.
And my service manager, she turned the heat up to 82, and I'm sitting there sweating.
Yeah, I actually had one of those too. Somebody was saying that Lombard Harvey's did their track cage like that too. As a business
yeah?
card. I've had that one for a while. I didn't have an OVR one. Now I do. A few of them. A couple of them anyways. Mike gave me one. I went back later and what the hell's the other guy's name I talked to? Andrew? Andrew or Adam, something like that. He gave me one. Yeah, it was a nice weekend there though. It was probably 40, 45 degrees Fahrenheit. I know Saturday especially. Sunday wasn't bad either. I think it was 16 here this morning. So not as cold as you. I think we're supposed to be getting that, Tony,
Yeah.
as the week goes on.
Temple, huh, Anthony? Yeah, it's just cold and wet over here in Texas.
Thomas, I guess it just kind of depends on what you're getting rid of. What kind of, I mean, other ISO scale, but you know, like I'm modeling modern, so for me to take 40-foot box cars wouldn't make sense. I don't need them. I don't use them. Covered hoppers, yeah, I use those.
Thomas, I just to put my email in the chat there. You want to go ahead and send me an email, and I'll send you all the information you need to know. You can be rest assured I will take very good care of whatever you give me because I just love them. And I'll let you can send everything to me, and I'll make sure that I'll show Dave when he comes here the next time everything. And if his wife allows him, I'll give him a couple of them.
She was a very generous CFO this weekend.
Same way with Robert, but I know Robert's has to be a certain year. He don't want them.
Counting the rivets.
You got it.
So I got a question for anybody on here. Since I'm doing this as a separate module and I got to build a bridge or a fit-in section, I'm wondering how when I run my feeder or my bus line in this other section, how I'm going to connect bus line from the original layout to the new section. How's that work?
Well, how does your bus line terminate now?
It's two. A red, because Cato's blue and white, so it's blue and white, 16 gauge wire, but it just dead ends at the end, at each end. It just follows along in the middle of the layout and dead ends at each end.
Are you going to make it permanent, or do you want to be able to take it out and move it every so often?
Yeah, I want to be able to take that out because I got to get to this corner for storage, and that's my gas shut off, my water shut off. So if I got to get there in emergency,
I would just saddle into what you already got, and then
I didn't know if there's like a plug-in system where I could run a bus line from this to the other one and just plug it into the bus line, or
Yeah, you can use some banana plugs or something.
right. Yeah.
no. Okay.
I bet they even make them double so you can just have a male on one end and a female on the other.
I forget
Probably.
what video I saw, but I think it was Ken Patterson, but I'm not sure. But he used like a jack from like a guitar jack or something that you would plug in, and
Like an amplifier.
female and a male, yeah, an amplifier, male and female.
Huh.
It really did a nice job.
I like what Anthony said. That's what I was thinking. Georgia Sunbelt. Use a terminal block.
Yeah.
Take the end, tie the end of your run into that terminal block, and then set another set of wires out from the other end of the terminal block. It has your plug in and in and out, whatever. Or, I mean, who just did the video on those? Was it the train guy? Oh man, Larry Pocket, DCC guy, whatever the hell he calls himself. Just did a video on. You can set it in there. It's like those pins. You can set them down in there so you can keep everything locked in, or you can actually power those pins up.
Yeah, I've got to figure out how to build the bridge across there, get it lined up, and then how I'm gonna, when I use it, make sure it's secure, and then how to hook up the bus line.
Well, Steve was saying Cato he thought it had some kind of plug-in extensions.
I thought they do. I don't know if that would work for. I think they do have a plug-in bus line. I don't know how thick the gauge is. If it's as thick, because I think my gauge is probably thicker than the Kato bus line, only because I just wanted a thicker gauge for a bus line. I wanted a 16 gauge line.
Yeah.
It just made more sense to have a thicker gauge. I think Kato's is something like 18 or 20 gauge, and for a bus line, I didn't think that was thick enough gauge to really carry signal a long way.
Hi, Dan. Dan's model railroading journey.
I'll have to check out DCC guys lift out. That's why I'm also looking at lift outs and seeing how they did the lift out area, because they're going to be a pretty decent sized lift out, probably 6 feet long, or at least 5. So
There's a link to that video.
There's Lee. How you doing? Anfield.
Oh, Hobby man, he lives in Jennerstown. I used to go up there and watch the races. Oh, yes, you are fairly close. Everybody got quiet.
I was trying to look up some other videos.
yeah,
There we go. There, Tony or Anthony says use a terminal block and to connect 2 plugs. Yeah.
okay.
Hello, Rusty from Possum Bayou.
Yeah, I've seen the copper plate method used too. Okay, maybe that works.
Yeah, I've just seen people use the little copper plates, power pull plugs with terminal blocks.
Just have keep alive in all your locomotives and see how far they'll go.
Yeah, I'll do the maiden voyage will be a video. I'll do that. I'll definitely do that in an update. See how it does.
That engine that I went off of Darrell, it has momentum. Man, you talk about something that was hard for me to get used to. Do you have any engines with momentum where they just you shut it off and it just keeps on rolling?
Yeah, but you can change though that setting though.
Oh, I know, but it was fun. It was something different. You know what I mean?
So nobody better be on the track.
Sparky says you can butcher a cheap extension cord and connect your bus wires to the plug-ins.
Yep.
That actually will probably work too.
Yeah, he's the electrician. He knows.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Put a plug on one end and on your lift out, put an outlet, and you can just plug it in.
Yeah.
Cut, strip, connect, and just plug and play. Hey, makes sense.
Yep.
Hiya, Darrell.
Hey, Darrell.
I say butcher. Yes, you did.
All right. Doggone, I think I got
Hershey Kisses wrappers. That's Steve's suggestion.
use Hershey Kisses wrappers.
Bunch of foil.
Yeah. Jim says it all right there. He said that'd be okay as long as you didn't forget that it's a bus line and plug it into the wall.
Oh man! Wow.
Man, I can see that frying your whole system.
Yep. As Sparky would say, my DigiCrap system would be beeping like crazy. Probably smoking.
Yeah, that's right.
Digicrap.
Hey, Daryl.
And yes, Sparky, I have DigiCraps because my dad actually got this new system for me for Christmas, so I'd have a little bit more amperage in my system. I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm getting better at it. Once I actually connected the wireless little amplifier thing in there. Wow, imagine that. Once I actually read the directions and put it together properly, it actually worked.
You
Directions.
read
We
the
don't even know
directions?
stinking directions.
Yeah,
Oh man.
We're taking your man card away, Tony.
yeah, I know. I was like, I don't need this. And then I'm like, well, why does the wireless not work on this?
Knob and tube.
Well,
Knob and tube, man. I got that in this house.
The only time you ever read the directions is if it's a Walters structure kit. And then you have to read the directions
Oh,
so you
work
can complain about it.
Look at this. Speaking of Walders, so I finally got, just because Pappy's whining over there, I picked up this combine from my farm, right? Now, you know how Walders kits usually got one page of directions, right? Seems like that's all they got.
Oh,
Well, this thing,
you open up that one combine.
first of all, I don't even know what to do with that. that looks like a junk box, right?
Right.
And then you got like a booklet almost of instructions.
From Walters.
This shows you the layout of all those little pieces in there. There's no numbers on the sprues. You got to match the sprues up with the sprue here, and then whatever number matches the picture is what I'm gathering. And then there's like 2 pages, front and back.
Wow.
This damn thing. For a
Wow.
combine.
wow.
You don't get that for a freaking building.
They don't give you that. You're like, if you get one whole page on a building, and then it takes you, you have to be a rocket scientist to figure it out.
Yeah, but it's funny because like I just opened it last night. I was like thinking about messing with it. I was like, oh man, I got a headache. I ain't messing with this thing. But like, you kind of look at the picture, okay, and like here's the sprue. So I got to find which sprue matches which picture, then decide it's in which orientation to find the number off of that sprue that I need.
Better you than me.
Yeah, no joke. I don't think I would bought this if I'd really. This is this one up here, 1580. I think is the one I got here in my hand. So I have to see which number this is and add it. Oh my god! I opened the box and just like you saw, it looks like a junk box, like of extra parts.
Yeah.
I mean, holy crap!
Hey, Dave,
Yeah.
pack it all up and send it to Robert. He loves doing that.
Robert
stuff.
Oh, no, you don't.
I don't know. I think I'll send it to you, Homer. You could probably, you could
Oh,
probably scratch build it or kit bash it. I'll end up with a station by the time you're done with it. Look like Robert's station.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's like I was doing a Walther's background building, and I made it, like I wanted it to look, and when I did, there wasn't enough pieces. There were a bunch of leftover pieces, but none that would fit where I needed them to fit. So
Well,
I had
Mars is good for that. They'll send pieces that don't
So-
go with the kit. Oh,
so I actually had to cut pieces to fit.
That's why I'm bypassing on that refinery kit. I looked at that and I thought, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get it.
telling
And I thought, no. You know what?
Well,
No
I
way. Am I
Got
getting
this
that?
church for Christmas. There you go. There's your instructions, buddy.
right.
One page is a picture. Hope it all goes together okay.
Yep.
got a little bit of
a
writing on the
typical
front.
Walthers. That's typical Walthers.
And that's for the
there.
whole building.
Right. And then you get one little car, and it's a box full of parts and a book.
Yeah, that's the way I think that refinery kit would be like that, all box full of
Yeah.
parts.
Ask Joe.
Like,
Ask
I'm
Joe.
fast.
Yeah, well, I'm lucky I found mine at a train show already built.
Yeah, Joe built two of those.
Kit, yeah.
Joe Rader built two of those. I think one for Jack, one for him. No, he has two on his layout. I think he built Jack one too.
Yeah, I think so.
Send it to Joe. He'll build it for you. Dave, all you have to do is put the bottle of glue in the box, shake it up, and throw it in the trash.
There you go.
Well, I wish I would have looked a little harder about like an Ertl one or something, that die cast or something already together.
I'll bet you if you do get that all together, that'll be an awesome looking probably model.
Yeah. Well, I was going to paint it. I'm not painting it.
And
I'd
that's
be
an
afraid to
HO
paint it.
scale. That's an HO scale combine.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Well, I was kind of happy that you know how Walters does stuff. Like I do have to put some stuff together for for the whatever the hell these things are, but I don't have to put each little pin on. And it does come with the one for like grain or wheat or whatever too. That's how
You're probably right, Sparky.
Sparky says, send it to Tony. He builds N scale kits. It'll be a breeze for him.
Okay, Tony, coming your way, man. I'll get it together. I just have to be in the mood and have the time. You know what I mean? It's one of those ones I'm going to have to really pay attention to. That's kind of how that my jack was that way for the intermodal crane was like that too. Because there's moving parts, you got to really be careful what you put where and where you glue. I tell you not to glue. Yeah, grain head, Ralph. Thanks. I couldn't think of the name of it. You know what I mean? And then even the tow motor that has it too on there. There's moving parts on that you got to watch when you build it, or you won't. You'll glue it in place. You won't be able to raise and lower the hydraulics on it.
Thomas, that's okay. I like Tycos. I have a lot of them. So that's fine with
Hey,
me.
you could upgrade those Tyco into some nice looking cars. Man.
Yeah, it ain't hard to upgrade them at all.
Question for the panel: who started On Track Tuesday?
Who started? I could tell you exactly who started it. And it was Boxcar Benny. He was the one that came up with the idea. And I think then Tony, you were the first one to sign up, and then me.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yeah, I took-
Tom Tilling.
I took over for Tom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I took over for Tom when he backed up. When he had to back out.
And
I
then
look back here.
And then I took over for Benny when he had to back out.
yeah. So that's who started it.
Hobby Man 82, that's a great idea if you can find them already together.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
Go to train shows and find them already built.
That's a good way to do it.
That's what Robert does. Last time he came up, he stopped at a train show before he come back here, and he had this little go-kart that he was driving as a rental car, and the back of it was full. I mean, full of buildings that he bought already put together.
That's it. That more I can find put together, the better.
And then plus
I'll
took
look
that
at
building that I built for him home too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scully Kill. John. I'm gonna probably take off here pretty soon. It's 8:05, man. Time flies.
Yeah.
I'm having fun.
Yeah, we're having fun because we, like I said, this is the first time
I don't know if
all four made it.
Yeah, looking back, I think my
Yep.
first official On Track Tuesday was November 6, 2018.
2018.
Yep.
Yep.
I don't know when I came in.
I know I was like I know when we did this, it was a while back. We've been doing this for a while now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's
And
been a
Joe,
long
the more I
time.
can cheat, the better.
Yep. And it's been a lot of fun ever since.
Hopefully my next On Track Tuesday, I can instead of sitting behind this, I'll go do it from my new module there. I'll
Yeah.
have it all.
Yeah.
I don't know, Daryl. I got nominated.
I think we found them under a Cabbage Patch leaf and just adopted them.
That was a hell of a
Yeah.
Cabbage Patch leaf.
I think he filled in and we're like, hey, you're pretty good.
It was-
Why don't you do this?
It wasn't just any old cabbage either. It was skunk cabbage.
Yeah.
We found it.
That
His
makes more
wife said
sense.
he could come.
It makes more sense. Yeah, I was just gonna you were looking for guys to kind of fill in, because Tom at first didn't just up and leave. He was, because of his job, I think he wasn't able to always be on. So you
Right.
had guys fill in here and there. So I think I filled in a time or two, and then when he finally stepped aside,
Right.
when I asked if you cared if I kept going, and once I paid you your initiation fee, the
Yep.
monthly dues are getting a little pricey around here. Though I gotta.
Well, hey,
say.
you, it's inflation. What can I say?
Well, you know, the times we live in, I guess.
Yep.
It's been good though. It's been a lot of fun. I enjoy doing this. You know, and being it's once a month, it's not like it's overbearing or whatever. You know, responsibility. You know, where it's not a weekly show that you have to mess around with.
Yep.
He wants to get shot, does he?
Why is that?
Steve 87th has to say, he says I had to save all my energy to paint the CP engines.
Oh, because of KCS.
Yeah.
Did that already happen?
No, the STB still hasn't given their final approval yet.
Robert,
Are they expecting it to happen?
oh,
They
yeah,
are.
it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a shame.
It
That
is.
is.
It is.
There was no reason for it. Neither railroad was in trouble. You know, they were both making money hand over fist. So it's not like one was in trouble, you know, so
Yeah.
I don't know.
Rusty says he's suffering from inflation too.
We all are.
Yeah, those were cool, Dave. BNSF Scale Athearn. Like I said, they all had their booths out and they all had all their new products coming up, and you know, it was cool.
Yep, that's right. Not here though. Right here.
Yep.
It'll never be a fallen flag.
It'll always be a sunny day in 1976, huh?
That's it.
747 is needed production, and you said and maybe you meant ended. You must be dyslexic, Steve. What do they call that when you type that way? Is that different than when you read dyslexic?
Yeah, he must have meant ended production.
Must have. Yeah.
Yep, happy it will. It will live on right here in this shed.
So are they going to combine the names somehow, like like BNSF?
It'll be Canadian Pacific, Kansas City, I think. Is what
What kind of disgusting color are they going to start painting those things?
I don't know.
Like orange and green?
Yeah. No, somebody already got that disgusting color.
All the cool colors that Burlington Northern had and Santa Fe had, they come up with those colors.
I know.
Get it.
Well, I if they're going to do this, they should go to Mardi Gras colors. Make them green and purple and gold.
Oh my God. That's it. Vote him out of the group.
Yeah. Yeah, Canadian Pacific, Kansas City.
Why don't they just go with all gray like Kansas City Southern has now?
Mm.
With the CP red on it, CPKS, all gray primer.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a crappy name. Yeah. CPKC actually is going to be half and half with red and gray. That'd actually be kind of cool. Depending on how they do it.
Yeah, if they did it gray with the red lettering, I mean, that
Kind of red striping or something on it. Or,
Mhm.
I don't know.
Well, guys, I think it's time to call it a night, and this has been fun.
Yeah.
yeah.
It has
Yeah.
been fun.
Let's do it again tomorrow night.
Can't. Tomorrow night's church. I
Yeah.
don't miss church.
You're right, Pappy. Ghost would be cool. White ones with the red lettering. Yep.
That would be cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Red in the front and gray in the back, Thomas, the post-war guy says.
And they'd be rusty orange before you knew it.
Yep.
That white.
Pink with purple lettering. Yes, Artie. That's-
Uh,
Thanks, Pappy.
all right, guys, we're going to bid you all good night. And y'all
Yeah.
have a good one. This has been fun.
Mhm.
Thanks for joining in. It'll be my turn next week again. Only I'll be by myself. Maybe Robert will lurk in the off in the distance. You never know. We'll have it next week, and y'all have a very good week. Thank you very much for stopping by. God bless.
Hey, Sparky
Yeah.
said Mini Prince will be live Wednesday night at 7. 8 o'clock. I don't know who's doing the what do you call it this
Thank
week? Cab Crew Wednesday. We got Mini Prince at 7. I'm sure they'll talk about the show and that. So it might be an interesting one to watch.
Yeah.
I'm sure it will be. He was a cool cat, man. I'll tell you, he was cool to meet. So, all right.
Yep. All
I'll
right.
see you guys on Thursday morning if you're awake, 9 o'clock.
All righty.
Yeah.
All
if I'm
right,
not-
everybody.
busy at work.
Thanks, Thomas. I'll check out your email when I get off of here. All righty.
All right.
Cool.
All right. Good night, everyone.
Yep.
Night.
Good night.